Hello again, it's Therese Mc Auliffe here from Lighting the Way, and I've changed how I offer the readings, so I'm going to offer them for this year starting today on a Friday every second week. So I'm going to read for the 2 weeks and I will start on a Friday. And it's just I've had to put boundaries around my own time and around lots of different things in my life, and that's something I would be encouraging you all to do, is to really take a step back and look at what serves you well, what doesn't serve you well, and put yourself first. Because when you put yourself first, you can fill up your cup to overflow, and then you can offer plenty to others. So just taking that step back, letting go of everything and maybe everybody and your own thoughts that do not serve you well, and then taking time to contemplate really. The angels tell me this is a strong month for self-care, for taking life slowly and just getting ready for the rev up for February. I feel that February is going to be a very strong month, and this is the year where we have the real opportunities to step into the power of love, to step into our innate wisdom and all that that brings with it. You know, it's time for us to take care and responsibility for our health and well-being, and nobody else can really take full care of you except yourself. There's nobody else inside your skin, nobody else inside your mind, only you. So without further ado, I'm going to take some cards, and I have brought a variety of decks forward this morning, decks that I haven't been using, new decks, and I've energized them, and here I am just about to embrace on reading for you. So I'm just going to ask the angels, what's the first thing that you need to know for the next 2 weeks? Apart from the fact they said that it's really important to take a step back and just evaluate. And this isn't really about judging. This is about sitting with yourself, taking a step back from everything, even if you're about to launch into something brand new, to take a step back and just do the ergonomics test. You know, is this good for me? Is this good for the environment? Is this good for everybody? Is this sustainable? And this is what they're really impressing on me this morning. Okay, so they're gonna ask me to draw a card from the Guardian Angel deck. So our Guardian Angels are really, really, really important. And our Guardian Angels, of course, know everything about us, even things that we have suppressed about ourselves. This card is sticking, so I'm just gonna leave that one there for a minute. And you know, they said put it into the deck. It's the guilt card, but I need to put it in. It was just stuck in the box. It said sometimes, you know, things just get stuck, and other times there's a message behind it. So they said to me, no, just put it back in the deck. So we'll see what happens here. So our guardian angel, as I was saying, is the angel, or we may have more than one guardian angel, that knows what other angels we need. So, you know, if you're a bit stuck and you don't know what angel to call on for help, ask your guardian angel to direct you or to bring that angel to you. And that's a course that I teach, you know, connecting with your angels and how to understand it. I'm seeing a beautiful lady. When I close my eyes, I'll find out what that is in a minute. So the guardian angel card is compassion. I need to put on the specs. Dearest one, be compassionate towards yourself. Surrender the self-criticism and fear that have you believing that you need to improve in order to be worthy. You are perfect just as you are. The only thing that needs to change is your negative perceptions. You will come to realize the jewel that you are when you love and honor yourself as you are. So it's the compassion card. So compassion for the self allows you to have compassion for others. So this really is the year about taking full responsibility for our own well-being, for our own self-care, for our own spiritual growth and development. And always, before I put the camera on, I meditate and talk to the angels and ask them You know, what's the most important thing that I need to talk about? And this morning it was about stepping back and taking time and assessing where you're at yourself. And of course, words have power. This is what they're reminding me. Words have power. So instead of feeling that, you know, you can't do this or you can't do that, or there's a restriction on this or restriction on that, you need to start saying, I can, I will, I am, you know, I am going to do this, I am doing that, I will do that, I can do that. It's really important. You know, I used to do a lot of work on personal development workshops, years and years and years of teaching all of this. And there was one thing that I used to write up the word can't, you know, and to change that into something really positive, you just have to take off the T. So I used to have it, you know, with the glanta or with the duster, and just rub off the T at the end. And I can't becomes I can. So I'm going to encourage you all, and this is the angels reminding me, to rub off that T, just clean it off, and then I can't becomes I can, you know, and find a way. Step into your power and find a way. That's really what the angels are saying. And it's really important that you take personal responsibility for your health. And obviously, if you have people in your care, that you take personal responsibility for their health as well. Archangel Michael is like tapping on my, well, he's kind of tapping here in the back of my neck. And that's where we hold on to threat, you know. So there's a message about releasing the threat, you know, and believing in ourselves, believing in our innate wisdom, believing in the energy that has created us, you know, and we are part of that energy. It's time to embrace it. It's time to take hold of it. Let go of fear now, Archangel Michael is saying to you. Just let go of fear. Archangel Michael, please help me feel safe and deserving of your guidance. Thank you for clearing me of heavy, toxic or ego-based thoughts or feelings. So it really is our month for self-clearing. So for the next 2 weeks is what I'm really talking about, but the whole of January, I feel, is a month where we really need to dig deep, you know, and have a really deep look at ourselves and be really truthful, and then do something about it, you know. Support as well, of course, because we are the healers, and the support, this is what they're telling me now, we all need support, you know. And don't have this thing about, you know, that you're weak if you go and look for support from a healer, from, you know, a therapist or whoever you would like to go to support for. It's important that we feel supported, because at the moment, you know, the energy is fractured, and that is okay. And just to let ourselves know that it's okay, because it's our opportunity to rise to greater things, and to notice the fractures, and to notice where things weren't working, and like there is so much darkness coming to light, and you know, it's all being dealt with, and many more people are waking up. And over the next 2 weeks, the angels are telling me that there is how can I put this, there's like a quietening of the energy internally for the human race. And it's in that quiet space that the awakening happens. And during the next 2 weeks, we will notice ourselves. If we think we're semi-awake or awake, there's always more room for more awakening. And we will notice within ourselves that even our thought processes are changing. And we will also notice on those that are around us, and in particular in those that are around us, that, you know, that we have been wishing would, you know, become more conscious, become more aware of their greatness, of their power, of the love that's flowing to them and through them, and just to utilize it. Yeah, that's what they're telling me. That's what Archangel Michael is here to say, you know, that he's here to support you, and that there are times in the physical world that you will need support from somebody else, somebody that is able to bring through the energy of the angels for you. Or you may be somebody that would prefer a more physical treatment or a talk therapy. So you can decide what's right for you, is what Archangel Michael is saying. But he is here at the moment working through me, saying that it really is time to let go of the fear. We no longer need to hold on to it. You know, this, we can call it whatever we want. We can call it an energetic battle. We can call it a battle between light and dark. We can call it whatever we want. But that's what's happening on the planet. You know, we are evolving. We're evolving back into remembering and knowing. And I know that a lot of you do know this, and it's just to remind you. So the angels are reminding you. There's a guardian angel sending me to... I have 2 guardian angels that I'm aware of, and one of them is always here on my left, and the other one just pops in behind me every now and then. And it's the one that just comes every now and then that has a special message saying to me, there's an archangel here to guide us and to guide this reading this morning, but also to take us through the next 2 weeks. Yeah, and they're reminding me again that January is sort of a month to be quiet and to regain our energy and to take time for ourselves and to reflect and do self-healing. And if we need support for that, please take the support. It's you know, you can't make this stuff up. Life review, Archangel Jeremiel. Take inventory of your life and resolve to change or heal anything that is unbalanced. So Germain will be here to help you for the next 2 weeks, and you possibly notice in this card the amount of red and gold, you know. So what I'm picking up straight away in this card is, you know, the base stuff, you know, the foundational, fundamental stuff where we're holding onto fears of not having enough and not being allowed to do this and not being allowed to do that. That we just need to take inventory, and we actually need to take self-responsibility also. And there's a lot of gold energy in this card. So the gold energy is obviously the golden era that we're walking into, you know, and I prefer us to be able to walk into it freely instead of constantly having those obstacles, and being able to turn the obstacles into little speed bumps is what we talk about in IET when we do our steps program. And that's exactly what I'm seeing. You know, I'm just seeing hills that are just becoming little tiny mole hills instead of having mountains in front of us. So it's time for a life review, and the month of January in particular, the next 2 weeks, is the time to take out that journal, you know, scribble down what it is that's really in your heart, whether that's fear, whether that's excitement, whether that's a new project. Scribble it down, because you need to be able to review it and then take full inventory, take full stock of what's going on within you, and then do something about changing it or moving forward, taking great action. So what do we need to surrender? There's always something, you know, it could be, you know, holding on to something so tightly, and it's just restricting us really. So let me see what it is that we're surrendering. So of course this is generic, and if you want a full reading for yourself, that's what I offer also, whether it's online or whether it's in person. I do hourly readings, you know, where I tune into your heart and bring the angels through and then do the reading. So let's see. Surrender to the beauty of the natural world. Take a relaxing break and spend time in nature. Replenish yourself by feeling the beauty and the ecstasy there. Now for me, I suppose, like, it's second nature for me. It's like my second home, getting into nature. And for some of you, I know that it may not be as easy or as appealing, but once you actually start to get into nature and allowing yourself to commune with that nature, you begin to realize the healing properties that are there and the similarities that are there between the human race, and whether it be the trees, the mountains, the rivers, the flowers, the oceans, and just watch how everything has a cycle of birth and death and regrowth. And just to get in there and allow nature to give you a cleanse. You know, I go to the beach most days now. I'm fortunate enough that we've moved close to the beach, and it's amazing, you know, even 15-20 minutes on the beach, and it's like all the toxins are just blown away. So get yourself into nature and surrender to the beauty of the natural world is what it's saying. Surrender, that's a really big word. You know, sometimes we think we have surrendered something and, you know, we're just tiptoeing around it. But the angels are telling me that for this whole year, really, but we're beginning now, because this reading is just for the next 2 weeks, that we're to forget about tiptoeing around people and situations. And we're to, as we take that inventory, we begin to realize that the power that's within us can be a gentle power, but a very affirmative power. So being able to stand tall, you know, put on your working boots and get out there and do the work that needs to be done. You know, stand up for yourself, really. Allow your energy to rise. That's the most important thing. Now, this particular deck, I'm taking one card from it, and then I'm going to draw a card or two for the children. This is the Keepers of the Light. So I'm just going to see what message is coming through for you from this deck. Oh, I'm seeing so much purple light when I close my eyes. So that's the light of transmutation. Of course, I work every single day with the beautiful violet ray of light, and it's very strong this morning. I'm seeing that lady's face again. Okay, so it's Mother Mary, and she's coming to let us know that it's a time really for us to nurture, you know, and to feel, you know, that like mother's love, and give yourself that mother's love is what she's saying. Just be so compassionate with yourself. Why was I seeing purple light? Saint Germain, karma releasing. Move beyond drama. Create your own path. Make room for good energy. Woohoo! Talk about summing it all up. Now, Saint Germain is one of my guides, and of course he works with the violet ray as well. And that's why I was seeing so much purple energy when I was shuffling this deck. Saint Germain was already working through me and letting me know that he was going to give a message for us. So that's our message. Move beyond the drama. Just move beyond it. God knows there's been enough drama for the last 2 years. It's time to move beyond it. And personally, each one of us can move beyond it. That's our work for the next 2 weeks, really. Move beyond it. Create your own path, okay? We all have the power within us. Remember, we all came here with a purpose, a definitive purpose. So nobody can tell us what path we should walk. Nobody can tell us what we should or should not do. We know deep down inside. Make room for good energy. Now, how are you going to make the room for the good energy? You know, there are many ways you can do this. You know, obviously doing the clearing of the thoughts, doing the clearing of the closets, doing the clearing of everything, the clearing of anything that's toxic, you know, people, places, settings, things, ideas, and that's where the contemplation is coming in. So we have 2 weeks now to really contemplate and see what's working and what's not, and do that ergonomics test. They're showing me that again, you know. Is it good for me? Is it good for the environment? Is it good like for my family? Is it good for whatever, my business? Is it good for the world as a whole? And is it sustainable? So Saint Germain is in to govern everything for us. You know, a few weeks ago with Relight Your Fire, Saint Germain came through and we had like a phenomenal healing experience. Everybody that was there was just like blown away with it. So he's really working through me again this year, which is lovely. You know, we're ready for it. You know, when he really comes in like this, we're very much ready. So let go of the drama, you know. It's over, you know. This is our last year to cleanse and heal all that's not working and wake up fully. So I want to see what message we have for the children. So I love to draw the children a card. I couldn't find my deck for the last few months. I had a different deck there, so here we are. And I have an itch in my nose, so that is really like, what are we not seeing? What's right under our nose that we're not seeing? It's like, ooh, let me see. Kindness. Be kind to someone today and your angel will bring something good for you too. Say to yourself, I like being kind. So, okay, it's to really encourage our children to understand the energy of kindness. And for us to be able to convey this message to our children, we need to be kind to ourselves, and we need to be kind, obviously, to our children in whatever way that you can be kind and whatever that means to you. And, you know, kindness is a very high vibration, and just allow your children to know that they need to be kind to themselves and to say to themselves, I like being kind. I like being kind. And that's an affirmation that is a very high vibration. So that's it for this 2 weeks. They're telling me to take one last card, so I will. Saint Germain really is the big one, but I'll just take one from the deck that I would normally read from. And it's not that I'm discarding it, but when I'm told to take out new energy and new cards, I do what I'm told. So let's just get the one that they're telling me to get and see what this is. It's this card for sure. Woohoo! Surrender and release. Just let it go. Surrender and release. Okay, it's a huge card. And to me, this is a card that's really filled with emotion, and you know, we're holding it. This symbolism in the card, you know, that you're holding onto emotions, and you know, they're spilling out all over the place. Take responsibility, you know, and resolve and heal those wounds. You know, all that drama has to go. You know, if you really want to step up and move into your fifth dimensional world, you really, there's no space for drama there, you know. So let's be kind to ourselves. Let's let it go. So if you haven't subscribed to my channel, I would encourage you to subscribe. I am ready. I am here. I have my new space open, and I will be doing lots more YouTube videos, some very short clips, some on healing, some teaching us different practices. Obviously, I'll be offering workshops and all of that good stuff as well. But I do plan to use YouTube as a platform to help those of you that just have 2 minutes to spare here and there, 5 or 6 minutes, with short meditations and maybe tips and tricks, you know, that we can use for our evolution and growth. So I want to say thank you for being with me, and God bless you. Have a beautiful 2 weeks, and see you back here again in 2 weeks. Bye for now.